here we'll be continuing where we ended last, and as we can see, we got our bacteria here. Now, one thing I forgot to mention in the last video was the markers. That not only resistance characteristics is used, nowadays markers are used, because they say this can introduce some bacteria which can cause diseases which are untreatable. Okay, so in gene technology they prefer using something rather than using bacteria. Okay, especially the the resistant bacteria. They are they can cause great harm. Now these markers, what we do these days, what they do is they keep the plasmids with the insulin gene. Okay, wait, they keep with the plasmid with the insulin gene with some markers, with some photographic plates, or we can say. Then when we shine a light above them, so if this is the group, okay, if these are the ones that have these plates, they will be shining, right? So they will shine. So that's how we get to identify which among the given insulin, which among the given bacteria have the insulin embedded in its plasmids. Okay, in other words, we are just trying to identify the transformed bacteria, the proper bacteria for our process. So after getting our transformed bacteria, we send them to cloning. Now in the cloning they reproduce and reproduce and reproduce, and then they are sent into fermenters where they are manufactured, and then we finally get our insulin in a product like this. Now one thing maybe which was not explained in this video is this one: promoters, right? Promoters. So what are these promoters? We said normally, for example, okay, in your body you have your insulin beta cells, right? You have your beta cells, and they are genes, but they don't produce insulin every time, do they? They don't. They produce only when it's required, and even the amount, it varies, right? In the similar manner, if you have your, now what do influence the production of this insulin? Insulin production is induced by promoters, right? In the similar manner, if you have a bacteria with let's say with an insulin gene over here, there's not with the plasmid with an insulin gene, the plasmid with an insulin gene, yellow color. Okay, it doesn't mean this one will produce directly insulin. That's not the case. Only if there is a promoter kept inside, that's when it will produce. And so we have to combine a promoter with the insulin gene so that there can be production as well. So hope that was clear, and from this we finished our topic on insulin. Thank you for listening.